I would like to talk to you about how to take an online exam. More importantly, we're going to look at what BRTC expects from their students when taking an exam so that we can preserve academic integrity. We will most of the time be using Lockdown Browser on exams or quizzes. The Lockdown Browser, it locks you into the test. Okay, it's going to shut down all other websites so that you can't go Googling any kind of answers. It's also going to disable that right mouse button or the function keys, and it's going to disable other computer programs from working. So it does what it says. It locks you into that testing screen so that you can't access anything else. We also have the option as teachers to enable the Respondus monitoring, and this is where we use a web camera and records the students while they are testing. Okay, it also uses the microphone so we can hear everything that's happening as well. It records your whole testing time, okay, whether that just takes you 20 minutes or if it takes you 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's going to record the whole time you were testing. I also wanted to remind you of our academic integrity policy. I'm just going to hit some of the high points here. You can read through it if you need to, but instructors, if they feel a student is cheating, they can give them a letter grade of an F for a specific assignment or an exam. They could also report the incident to the dean of their department. They could even notify student affairs and have it placed on their permanent record. Okay, and if repeated occurrences keep happening with that same student, the student could actually be dropped from the class, or we could go a step further and look into expulsion from the college. Okay, so academic integrity is a big deal, and sometimes when we put exams online, students tend to think that it's not a big deal, but it is still a big deal. You need to be learning the material so that you are passing the class, not just passing the test, but you need to be able to retain the information. Okay. So let's talk about your testing environment. I want you to think back to if you were in a physical classroom taking a test with all of your classmates. Okay, you would be sitting at a table. There would be nothing outside on the table. You might be allowed some scratch paper or a calculator and pencil, stuff like that, but there's not any kind of McDonald's lunches sitting around. The TV's not blaring. You're not at work. You don't have family running around. It's a very calm, quiet environment, right? That's what we need you to recreate whenever you are taking your test at home. Okay, so first of all, be at a table. Okay, don't take the test in your bed or sitting relaxing in the recliner. Okay, just set up a table at the kitchen table, or maybe set at a desk somewhere. Just have a good sturdy background for your computer or laptop to sit on and take your test. Okay, make sure that the table or desk is empty. Okay, I don't want to see any kind of cell phones or smart watches. There shouldn't be any books or notebooks laying around that you could sneak into the screen and start flipping through your notes. Okay, we don't need any kind of distractions. All right, and there's a lot of different ways to be distracted at home. I understand that, but make sure your kids are being taken care of elsewhere. Make sure that you're not cooking supper and trying to test. Okay, just put away all those distractions. Also, proper clothing is a big deal. Okay, if you were testing in a classroom, you would come fully clothed. You wouldn't have on hat or sunglasses. Okay, same type of thing here. Even testing in your house, we still need you to wear proper clothing. The hat or sunglasses is going to throw a red flag on your video because we can't monitor your face that way. Okay, so no hat, no sunglasses. Make sure that that web camera is able to view your face the whole time. So let's talk a little bit more about these distractions. Okay, family, friends over at your house while you're testing. That's not a good testing environment, okay? It's going to distract you. Animals around in your house, whether it's dog, cat, whatever, those can distract you, okay, and grab your attention as well. Work. Don't take these tests at work when you have other duties that you need to go and do. I know I also have students that during their break from work, they will slip into a conference room and take their test then. That's fine, okay? You've got a nice quiet room to take your test, that's fine. But while you have other duties that you're supposed to be doing, you don't need to be taking a test, okay? Don't split your time like that. Food is starting to become an issue. If you need a glass of water or something to drink on, that's fine, but sitting down eating your lunch while you're testing it's not good, okay? It's too much going on. You need to be focusing on that test. Now, with the web camera, we put the web camera in use so that we can see your face and see around the room and all that good stuff. So let's talk about some do's and don'ts. Lighting is going to be an issue, okay? So you do need to make sure that your face is visible. And I've got some examples here. Like if you sit in front of a window, you can see how it darkens his face, okay? That light behind the student taking the test, it's too much light, okay? And it darkens the face. This one here, he's sitting in front of a wall or a closed door, and you can clearly see his face. That's what we're looking for, okay? Sometimes the light in the room is an issue, okay? And you can see that here. We do ask that you have lights on, okay? We do need to see your face, but having that light behind you like that is, again, going to distort your face, and we're not going to be able to see what's happening there. So be careful with those lights and just make sure that you're not sitting directly in front of the light like that. Show your full face with that web camera. I know sometimes they're not very convenient. They're sometimes built into the monitor or built into the laptop, okay? But do what you need to in order to show your full face, okay? You can see in this picture here, all I'm getting is half of her face, okay? It's a little disturbing to me because I'm thinking, what if she's cheating? Why is she leaning that far over? Okay, it makes lots of questions arise from the teacher standpoint. So be sure that you can see your full face in that screen. The angle of the camera will fix a lot of those issues, okay? So adjust that web camera, make sure that it's all nice and visible. It can see your face the entire time. I do have students who have issues, like I said, with that. Whenever your web camera is built into the laptop, it's sometimes difficult to get that angled correctly so that the web camera can see you, but you also need to be able to see the laptop, okay? And that's sometimes an issue. I will see students adjust that laptop screen so that they can see the question, okay? That is important as well, but we do need to be able to see your face. And sometimes if you angle that wrong, all I'm seeing is your forehead, okay? I can't figure out if you're cheating or not if all I'm seeing is your forehead. So I thought this was a good demonstration. If you will raise that laptop up to where you're looking eye level, okay, that's going to make that whole angle a lot better. And that will also fix this problem right over here that we had with the lighting, okay. This one you can tell that web camera, he's having to look down to the web camera, and so that web camera is facing upward, and it's going to pick up that light at the top of the ceiling, okay. But if you it's this situation, okay? If you will just prop up that laptop and you look straight at that computer screen, at that laptop screen, it won't be able to see the light above you, okay? So prop up that laptop if you need to. Notice they did use textbooks, which I'm not a real big fan of, but they had all the binding facing the student instead of the edges, okay? So that would be okay, because I know you're not going to be able to read, you're not going to be able to gather any hints from a test just looking at the binding of books. Another tip here with these web cameras, don't look off the screen, okay? Everything you need to know is right there on that screen. I know for my math test, I allow students to have a blank piece of scrap paper on their desk area so that they can do their math scratch work and stuff. But other than that, you don't need to be looking around the room. You don't need to be focusing on something behind your screen. I know it's really easy for students to, whenever they're thinking and trying to remember something, sometimes people have a spot picked out, that they might look up while they're trying to think on something. I encourage you to just find a spot on your screen and stare at it while you're thinking on something. Okay, it's going to be very questionable if you are looking off screen. Make sure that you have your ID handy. We want you to show your ID at the beginning of the test so that we can verify it is actually you that is on the name for our roster, and that everything's matching up. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a driver's license. It can be a BRTC ID. It's got to be a picture ID, okay, that links your picture to your name. If you are doing your driver's license, feel free to cover up everything else. I do need to see a name and a picture. Okay, that's all I need. Make sure that is very clear, and that I think it takes a picture. Your web camera is going to take a picture of that as you hold it up. So if it's not very clear, then redo it. Okay, delete that blurry one and try it again. So, what else have we got? Oh, the environment video. So before you start your test, we give you a chance to scan around the room just to prove to us that you don't have anything back there that you're cheating off of. Okay. So pick up your web camera or pick up your laptop. I know it's not going to be as convenient, but depending on how you've got a web camera, you need to pick it up and slowly pan the room. Okay, go behind the computer so that I know nobody else is in the room with you. I want you to just show all the way around the room. Now you will have to move slowly, okay, because the pixels are not very great with these web cameras. So I've pulled a couple of snapshots in from some other tests that I've had students do, and you can see they showed me their table. Well, there's a lot on that table, and this white thing is kind of troublesome. Is that a receipt? Is it notes? I don't know what it is. Okay, so they didn't clear off their table very well, and they moved too fast for me to be able to identify what it actually is. Like, probably not going to worry about what are those, Halloween buckets very much, but you can tell some of those papers might be kind of troublesome. This one, I don't know. I don't even know where we're at. Are we in bed taking the test? Are we on the couch? It's too blurry to be able to tell anything about the testing environment. Okay, so slowly pan the room. Make sure that we are seeing everything. And if you could verbalize what we're seeing, that would help out a lot too. Okay, so just tell them that we're looking behind the computer and you'll see the kitchen over there, and there's the laundry room, and just tell me what we're seeing as we're going around the room. I also need to see your desk area. Okay, so everywhere where you're going to be working, I want to see it. Okay, if you've got your blank scrap paper over here on the right hand side, show that to me. Show me that this is blank scrap paper, that there's no notebooks laying around, there's no cell phones. Okay, if you've got your calculator stashed over here on the left, I want to see that too. I want to see why you're looking to the left all the time and what you're typing on over there on the left. So show me everything on your desk area. Don't just, sometimes I get this, which is showing me paper and calculator, yes, but what's over there on the sides? Okay, what is still within reach and still within your line of vision? Okay, I need to see left and right, and of course, right there in front of us as well. Okay, so show me that desk area. Show me under the keyboard. Show me all that stuff. Okay, could even show me the floor. Okay, let's make sure there's no notes down there too. So just be very thorough in your environment video. If you are using some blank scrap paper, make sure it's okay with your teacher first, but make sure it's not in a notebook. Okay, we're talking loose leaf, couple of sheets, blank scrap paper. Show me that it is blank front and back. Show me that it's